Hey everyone, welcome back to a Microsoft Flight Simulator video. I say welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. First Microsoft Flight Simulator video, I think. I'm not sure. It's been a long time. I was going through pilot training, but now I've landed a job. I think it's time to get back into flight sim and making videos again. I'm not sure if this will be the last video for another year. I apologize if that's the case, but I want to get back into flight sim and also just make a video for you guys. I'm not on VAT sim today because I realized VPilot's not installed, and I thought if I installed VPilot it might make me want to restart the sim and stuff. I was like, I don't want to do that. No thank you. So no VAT sim today. I apologize. And I don't have any AI or anything like that installed. I'm not sure how to use the default AI if I'm already in the game or simulator. Sorry guys, simulator. We are an Emirates 777. You probably guessed it's the PMDG 777-300ER. We're gonna take this wonderful beast down to Manila. We're at stand Foxtrot 18 at Dubai. I just thought I'd get the catering started, which seems to be just finishing up. I got no power. The aircraft's in a cold and dark state, except it has already got the GPU connected. For some reason it's getting it from the ground. I thought it said jetway plugs, but whatever. I'm not using my old microphone. I'm using a headset microphone, so I hope it sounds okay. I'm not too sure. Apparently it's got this like fancy AI cancelling or whatever. I have one pet peeve about Microsoft Flight Sim. I hate, strong word, but I absolutely hate the camera system. Like, Showcase is good, which is what I'm using now. Showcase, it's good, but it's not chase plane. I don't know if I rambled on too much, if I've shared enough information, but I just want to fly a plane and just talk to people as I do it, just like the olden days. This is the cockpit. If you're new to a 777, this is what it looks like. Big brown tan cockpit. Let me shut up GSX. It's really beeping at me often. Let's close these doors. Let's get some power and figure out our weight and balance first before we request boarding. So just simple, we get the primary external power on. I'm not type rated. I don't know if I need both of these on, but I know having one on. Let's just get both on actually. Why the hell not? And then the battery, obviously. We're gonna get boarding started pretty soon. We're not gonna do GSX refueling. I don't know how it works and stuff. This is my like second Microsoft Flight Simulator flight of this year, and it's already gone past halfway through this year. I did fly the 777 yesterday as a quick flight to check everything works, but which it does. But I didn't go into too much detail. This little button, IRSs, so the aircraft knows where it is and what altitude it's pointing at and whatnot. This is the EFB. It's different to the P3D EFB. I don't know if there's like, I swear I remember there was a setting. I don't know if it was a 737 or something. There was a way, maybe in PMDG set up aircraft equipment. Oh, is this a flight tablet? Yes or no? Plus, I don't know what the different TCAS. Different TCAS? Okay. I swear there was going to be a thing where it said, oh, you can have it like in the inbuilt one or something. I don't know. We just wait for the aircraft to power up. And actually no, we can. Oh, okay. FMC's available. Let me click this. This is my FMC view. I hate this view. You know what? Every time I load in, it's like super fast. So I'm going to speed it down. Slow it down. To that. And what I'm going to do is, let's see if I remember, FS Actions fuel. So we're just going to hard write in the fuel. I've done my sim brief OFP. So it's saying the block fuel to get there today. To get there, if I've told you, is Manila. Well, the title says as well. So 72403. Oh, 777 annoying noises. Yeah, okay. The reason why it's loaded up a bit less even actually. I think it's due to the fuel density. It's only like a ton off. I remember this was a thing on P3D, I'm pretty sure. The fuel density, like if I could change this to, you see it goes up don't know if it knows where you are in the world and how hot it is and stuff, but basically weight and volume is different based on fuel density. But we're nowhere near going to full tank, so it's not a problem if you're trying to like maximize our range. Zero fuel weight, it's currently set to 100% load level. Let me just click off so it doesn't zoom out. And our zero fuel weight for today is 201. That's a 3. 201.4, which says load level 47.5%. Now passengers, I wish it was like biased towards passengers. I want more packs, but less. Let's say 80% full. But so more passengers, right? But less cargo. And I don't know how I can do that without. I don't know how I can do that by just clicking in like this. I could just like click in and find out by just changing the packs level versus the cargo level. I'm just trying to get the 201.4. I could do it that way, but no, because I'm lazy. Right, I know my zero fuel weight. The fuel's in there. So if I go to GSX, I don't do this often. I'm used to P3D. Request boarding.
Requested.
Now it's going to start loading up like 400 people. Watch it. Unless it reads the aircraft now. So that now I've loaded up the aircraft, in a sense.
Pilots boarding starting.
Oh, pilots. Oh. Okay. Open cargo doors. Sure. Let's see how much. Can I see any cargo? Oh, wow. It's loading up one container. Is there another one somewhere? Or we just got the one container for the whole flight? About the scenery, it's just default MSFS plus this like enhancement pack or something. So the buildings there are quite tall at the end of the runway, which is annoying, but I don't know if there's payware, maybe any builds, not sure. But no, this is some random freeware because I'm poor now. I like to do things cheap. But it's pretty good. It's got the taxiways, it's got stands, and scenery looks nice, but I think that's because of the default providing that, really. There's the other container. But it's nice to see the Burj Khalifa in the background. I mean, annoyingly, my graphics card decides to be very bad in terms of only having 8 gigs VRAM and just general performance. So settings have to go down quite a bit. But some settings I have to turn down because of VRAM, which doesn't affect performance. It's quite annoying because like certain textures go low res, at certain distance away from them, the models go, I have to deal with it. I've also managed, I am clever. I have made views. It takes a while, but I have made some views which are okay, I guess. There's no, like I said, it's not like chase plane. I don't know if chase plane will ever come back or anything. Why am I just talking? And let's just get into the aircraft and fly. So, crew has boarded. Sweet. Passengers soon. Is it going to load up like 370? Passenger board. Okay, 1 minute. I do remember setting that. Just like make it a bit more realistic. Right. OMDB is Dubai. GPS position into there. Into the IOS inertial position. I don't do gate. Don't bother about that. Route request. We're going to request Dubai to Manila route. I did this yesterday, and then those were with my boyfriend. Right. I'm going to do that. Select. And we wait, I think. Yes, route requesting. I think technically it could load it instantly, but it's like representing a real world sort of loading time. So we'll load the route. Boarding passengers now. Come on, just tell me how much you're going to try and board today. GSX. I hope it's nothing like the 800 you tried to do at P3D. Come on, let's see. Does it pop up? It's not popping up. Okay. Descent fault, yeah, I don't care. And wind data, I don't care. But oh gosh. Okay, so runway, gonna leave that empty, and the route, well, we've route request uplink, so that doesn't matter. This will be the route. IRL, I guess you would check over, make sure it's uploaded it correctly, but it's flight sim, I trust it. But if you guys want to recreate my flight, oh, 175? No way. I think it must have read. Oh, I think it reads the aircraft now. Like if you set the payload before GSX boarding, it must read it, because I think wait, let's see, 175, is that? Oh, that's fuel. Oh, it's one off. 176. Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. Right, so let's just say I'm happy, so activate and execute. And then next page, Boeing is nice and simple. Just click the bottom right and it takes you through. I'm going to reject this because sometimes it's wrong. So we're going to start our cruise today at flight level 330, like so. Step size, RVSN, I don't know if it's still weird with PMDG, so I'm going to ignore it and just hard enter in 2000. I could put in 0 and put my own step climbs in, which the sim brief, sorry, I had calculated, which could be a good idea, but the aircraft in the sim knows what its weight, knows the temperature and whatnot, weather, and might spit out some better values, you could say, at points to climb. Where is our zero fuel weight? It is probably just double click. Sweet. And our reserve plus alternate. So reserves. So the value you put in here simply just makes a warning when the aircraft thinks that you're going to use up whatever amount of fuel you set in to get to your destination or whatever the flight plan is set to. So if you add final reserve, which in a jet I believe is, I'm gonna screw up my ATPLs now. I think it's like 30 minutes, and then the alternates you get. I think it's Clark Airbase. I think it's put for our alternate sim brief. So basically, it's going to be 5.8. So if the aircraft thinks we're going to use up the last 5.8 tons of fuel to get to Manila, it's just going to say using reserve fuel, and then you'll go, this isn't good, and assess the situation. If you think you're going to land at, you think there's no issues at Manila, for example, then that's fine. Cost index, I have no idea. 100. That's a nice number. Alright, thrust limit. So once again, next page. I guess, okay, Emirates don't use normal D rates, they just solely use select temp, cell temp. But then you use a separate climb thrust. So let's calculate that. So go to the EFB performance tool, and then hopefully import from OFP works. Okay, no. Do I have to request data from Simbrief first? Oh, it's done it! Oh my god! Oh, okay, don't click it. Right, import from OFP. Ah, sweet. Okay, now it's got Dubai. What runway are we going to be using? So if I go back to the EFB weather at departure, we can see the wind is 280 at 14 knots. And if I show you my nav, I think that shows you. Let me just check ABS. Yes, it does. Where am I? I'm here, and the runway is for the winds would be 30s, and obviously 30 left is the landing runway, and 30 right would be the takeoff for the situation. So if I go to 30 right departures, oh, it's already put it in. Sorry, let's go back. It's already selected 30 right, and then we can select the departures available, and our first waypoint for the route is Ivuro, which it's figured out for me. It's like all the 30 right departures, and then the one that goes to our waypoint, boom, add to route, boom, it's added the chart and the pinned, and that is the wrong chart. Wait, oh, is it? Oh, wait, hold on. If I go back to switch, I might have read this wrong. This is just all of the 30. Oh, this is all the 30 rights. That's. So we got the one that matches both. I completely missed this. We got the one that matches both. 30 right and your waypoint. Yeah, I love Navigraph charts, but since his update, like, must have been like 2 years ago, I don't know how to use it. That's the departure there. Right, all I wanted to know really was what runway. So 30 right. Elevation, runway length, Sometimes the PMDG gets the runway length wrong in the fact that it states the whole runway is usable, which is a better value for takeoff. It's more close to the real value for takeoff, but landing you have to re-enter in because it does the runway length and not the runway length from touchdown zone. So aircraft flat config, I don't know what Emirates use. It's a super long runway. It's flat 5. It's hot, so we probably need to get some airspeed. So flat 5 would be good for that. And then obviously don't have any normal D rates at Emirates, I guess, so we'll just force it to use TO. Anti-ice is off. Ah, wait, if I click import, aha, very nice. And air conditioning will be on also. And import weather as well, sweet. QNH is 996. I should probably, IRL, probably put that in by now. I'll do it now. At which point as well you can 996, put that into Pascal. Yes, sweet. And you can verify the altitude. So this is all correct. If we can calculate, and I don't know where it's getting all these values from, but we're going to trust it. And we're going to say flat 5, and it's going to be a cell temp of 59, and those are the V speeds it gives us. So let's just put in 59 first. So on our climb out, we're going to be using a slight derated climb thrust, which is good. Not eating into fuel. Takeoff flat 5, CG double click, and then wind is 280 at 14 knots. Put that in there. Slope, I'm just going to put actually, it's not P3D. Slope is minus 0.14. Which, okay. I think it's down. I don't know if it's a negative. If you have to put it, I think you just put D. And outside air temperature is 41 degrees Celsius. I mean, it is July. I need to finish up here. I'm going to get the APU started. That's fine, this is going to eat out of the left forward pump. Nav lights on, seatbelts will go on now. So, oh yes, so APU starting, let's get the parking brake set. Like that. And we'll get the ground ops screen up and close all doors. I'm trying to thinking of multiple things at one time. Let's get the departure in, so 30 right, and then it is the Ivuro, or Eviro 1 Foxtrot. We go back to legs, make sure that, no discontinuities. And while we're here, the aircraft's thinking, hey, why do you want to go to flight level, wait, it was 330. It's basically saying, hey, why are you going we can go straight to 350. If I go to route data and load the winds, I wonder if it's going to have a different view on that. I don't know how clever it is. It doesn't have a different view. Maybe it'll be a good idea that we put in the sim brief because somehow it knows best. Maybe. So what we'll do, step size 0 on the perf edit page, and then I'll put that back to takeoff. Now it's giving us V speeds because I gave it a runway. I think that's why. If I bring up my sim brief, we will want to go to flight level 350 ANOC. So what we do is /350S, and that's good. Right, and then we go to 370 at a place called Gusto. There. So 370S. Boom. And then Damel 390, and that will be our final cruising altitude today. We'll execute this, and then you can see it's put on all the correct altitudes. That's a brief set. Sweet. We'll leave that on legs page. In fact, actually, it's going to moan maybe, so let me just load up the descent wind, because it is a message. So let me load it up. So I might not moan later on. Oh, I just thought of something, but that's all loaded. Cool. Yeah, this aircraft has checklists. It's really cool. So oxygen. Ooh, let's test that. Ah, very nice. We don't have a first officer, so yeah, that's good. And then yeah, flight instruments, I trust. Right, let's click through. So flight deck door is closed and locked. I don't know where the key is. Flight deck door deactivated. Is that maybe the lock switch? No idea. Yeah, closed and locked. MCP. So this is what we'll set up the MCP. But first, what I'm gonna do is just ask GSX to get the pushback ready. So it's ready to go, like just like that. When we're ready. The jetway is leaving the aircraft. And I wanted to do something. Oh yes, check the V speeds. So no, performance tool. So it's saying V1 165. These are high speeds, by the way. Rotate 169 and V2 at 172, which I think is 1 knot off. Yeah. So V1 is 1 knot lower.
Hello, Captain.
And then I can trust the other two.
Pushback.
So V2 is 172. I'll put that up here in the MCP, like so. And then heading, so we're going to put in the runway heading, which is 299er. And then
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay. And then initial climb clearance, we will let's just simulate it was 10,000 feet. Oh no. The chart says 4,000. So let's put that like that. So that's all entered. Flight director some pre-arm, and then
Locking gear.
we can also put in some things we want on our display. So traffic can go on, data, so ETAs and restrictions at certain waypoints. Actually, I don't think restrictions come up in Boeing, but Airbus it does. I can't remember. So VOR needles can go on, and I'll do the same on this side with data and traffic, and then terrain. I'm not sure if the weather radar works. Let's just whack on the terrain. Oh yeah, pushback direction. We want to go nose left. And now it's saying remove wheel chocks. We have the parking brake set, so I blooming hope it doesn't start the pushback, otherwise I'm going to be so mad. So ground service vehicles, no, ground connection, sorry. Remove chocks, which will release everything. Hello? Release ground power?
Release parking brakes.
Okay, sweet. It knows we got the parking brake set. Before we get going, because I'm a noob and I haven't done it in a while,
Release parking brakes.
I'm going to check I've got everything I wanted set in this state. So APU is on. Checklist, yeah.
Release
So
parking brakes.
that's done. Take off. GSX, can you wait every 30 seconds to say something? So V1 165, rotate 169, V2
Parking brake.
172. I apologize about GSX. I don't know how to change that. CDP flight checklist is complete. Maybe. Trim.
Release parking
No
brake.
hydraulic, not an issue. Taxi and takeoff briefing. So we're going to go nose left taxi. Pushback, sorry, to taxi Zulu, all the way down, and we'll
Release
take
parking
kilo
brake.
at some point to go kilo 12 and do a full length. Hopefully that's all modelled on this scenery, because P3D scenery
Release
was
parking brake.
outdated, didn't have Mike 15s, I don't think. And then the takeoff will just fly as published for the SID.
Release parking brake.
Okay, 1 second. Right, beacon light on, and checklist complete. Next checklist is before taxi. So,
Release parking
oh,
brake.
you're gonna love this GSX. Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright. Oh, emergency lights. Hold. I forgot to arm those. We're all good. Right, this is the point where the pilot flying or the captain would go. Cabin crew arm doors, which will be where? I don't know. Ground ops? Yeah, door management, arm all, and the doors are now armed. That means if the door is opened, big yellow slides pop out, or grey. Okay, so if I remember correctly, those go to auto, maybe, and then to start the engine, the fuel pumps need to be on. We start a block time, that should be done just before pushback, and then we start an engine. So click that to start, and bring in the fuel control to run, put that on our engine page. We can monitor it, but we're not real pilots, so we look at the engine. Yeah, I don't know which, if it, well, yeah, it should push us back onto Zulu. Yeah, now we just watch this beautiful thing going off. Let me just have a sip of coffee. It's quieter than I thought. Is it louder outside? Yeah. I'm also using, because of my GPU, even though it's a 2080, which sounds amazing, I have to use NVIDIA DLSS, or whatever it's called, so that my sim doesn't die. Which is annoying, because it causes, like, it makes, not artifacts, but it's like as if I didn't have anti-aliasing on at certain points for some reason, if that makes sense. So you've got like jagged edges. It's annoying. Engine start number 1. Yeah, so it's made about hydraulic pressure system C, which is these. So you've got the elec ones, which are literally just electrical powered. Like I said, I'm not type rated.
Parking brake.
I don't know. Ooh, let's just set the parking brake. Cool. Put the brakes down. Boom.
Unlocking gear.
Parking brake set. Yeah, I'm not type rated. I don't know when you do this, and I'm sure there's video online and whatnot. But the air, I don't think is. It might get it from the APU, but most certainly from the engine. So it's air powered. But yeah, got engine powered primary pumps, elec hydraulic ones, then the elec demands, and the air demands. So that's auto because, yeah, boom, engine started. So all the hydraulics are on. The parking brake definitely works with that now set. And because all the power, air, hydraulics, everything's good.
Pin removed.
Actually waiting on the bleed air to
Left is clear. Right is clear.
APU can go off. I should be looking out for a marshal with a flag, and they have a little pin that they wave at you, and you can see it in their hand. Basically means you can steer the aircraft now. Yeah, I noticed this. You could click these little pens. Sorry, distracted. I can see it in their hand. I'm not gonna wait for them to wave it at me. Let's just bring that down to 10. I'm going to bring this LNAV and VNAV to ARM. Thank you. And we'll go back to the checklist after a good engine start. So anti-ice is not required. Recall, we just click the little recall button. It says recall. Yeah, there's no extra messages, so that's all good. Auto brake, we're going to set that to rejected takeoff. And the flight control, so we go to the flight control page and we test them. So full left, full right, down and up, and the rudder check. Sweet. Right, runway turn-offs, taxi light on. Gosh, this is going to be a long video, I feel like the good old days, if they were good in people's opinion. Right, flight controls are checked, ground equipment is clear. B4 taxi checklist complete. B4 takeoff. Right, set flat to 5. Now, I just remembered, we need to set the trim. And I don't use my throttle quadrant anymore, which I used to use to set trim. Can I move the... Nope. Okay, I'll have to move this. Then, nope, the wrong way. So we're going to set this trim value, you can see here, to 4.75, like so, which is what is stated there. So that's our takeoff trim set. Yeah, I don't use my old throttle quadrant anymore because it used to have to connect into the yoke. I just don't have the space and time and energy to do that anymore. Before takeoff checklist is complete. So the next checklist is after takeoff, so we can ignore that for now. Release the parking brake and taxi. Gonna bring it a bit of power, get us moving. In fact, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go straight into kilo actually. Screw the Zulu left and follow kilo all the way until hopefully. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna. Oh yes. Oh yeah, that's good. Look at that. I've drawn something. That's our taxi route. Right, I try to taxi without seeing where I'm going. Let's Let's get back in the sim. And yes, I'm turning way too early for 777, but it's literally tarmac upon tarmac, so it's not like I'm gonna go over any grass. I do have the latest like GSX and PMDG updates, so in theory I'm meant to have people sat on my plane, but I'm yet to see that. I'm yet to like see people sat in the plane. I don't know why it's not working. Like, does GSX know I have such a bad system it doesn't even try to put people in the cabin? Like, I have the setting turned on for seated passengers. Is it a thing that's linked with the cockpit door being open? No. Oh, it's meant to be closed and locked. Meant to be. Let's just get some more power. 7 knots is quite slow for a straight line. Why is that on that side? I just want to check how long I've been recording for. A long time. This is going to be a long video. I apologise. I won't cut it down because my editing skills are just that good. No, that bad. Sorry. Wrong way around. Oh, ding dong. Cabin is ready. So that means, in terms of the aircraft setup, we're good to take off. But we're not on back sim, so we're also good to take off once we get to our runway. You know what? I might just save you the hassle and start the recording once I get to the hold short point, because there is literally no point watching me taxi a plane. Okay, we are approaching a runway 30 right at Mike 15 Alpha, which is the full length. So let's get ourselves on and we're ready for takeoff. So lights, light it up, and TCAS all the way, including RA. Oh, it is even the PMDG has already set that. It doesn't go to RA until we're suitably in the sky, in case it decides to want to point us down, which wouldn't be so good. Let's see if I can line up somewhat good. I will take that as a no. Right, last checks. Yeah, everything's set. Shall we just get going? So, start the timer. We're going to say around 50% and 1. I think that might be around there. Yeah, close enough. Alright. Let's set toga and flight sim nerds. Yeah, we don't look in the cockpit during takeoff. First set. Let's be alive. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Nice. Trying to be steady rotation because of that's way too slow, Hugo. Because of the long aircraft. Okay. Got positive rate. Gear up. And we'll just follow that flight director really for a bit. As best as possible. Oh yeah, Burj Khalifa. Okay, that's 1,000 feet. Acceleration altitude and thrust reduction altitude. So you can see, we've put the autopilot on. You can see now in climb 1, which is a little bit of a derated like climb out thrust to your cruise altitude. We've passed the little flap 5 debug. We were accelerating and still are. So, oh, now it's going down. Let the aircraft stable out. It'll be fine. Let's increase our altitude. Let's just go to cruise. So 330, and passing 1, flap up. Oh, it's got a speed restriction, 220 knots. So maybe, nah. Oh well. I think you could. I think it just went to 221. I think that's because. Oh, let's see if it does it again. Yeah. Basically, the aircraft's like, we can't fly that slow. I'm just gonna ignore the that restriction. There's no ATC. We are the ATC. Yeah, if I put weather radar on, don't think it does anything. It marks the flight sim. Right, our takeoff checklist complete. Transition altitude is 13,000 feet, by the way, at Dubai. So that is where we go from 996 to our standard pressure, which is 1013, and that just basically means everyone's flying on the same datum, the same altitude from a certain. I'm thinking that's the heading. Why am I doing that? 996 was it? I can't remember. Yeah, so everyone. That's so 1013. If you don't know, it's a standard pressure. So you fly, let's say, 10,000 feet away from a 1013 point on Earth. If on a perfect day, that is sea level. So when everyone's flying at high altitudes, everyone's based off that, and no one crashes into each other. But when you get close to airports, you obviously need to understand what the pressure is at that airport, and you don't hit the ground too early or something, which will all be too high. I explained that really badly. I apologize. I am not an ATPL instructor. I am a flight sim geek pilot. And as standard, as I used to do, don't know about what airlines prefer, but 10,000 feet for me will be turn off all the lights, and is it like 20,000 feet I used to do? I think I set the seatbelt signs to, well, I guess auto in this case. So lights off, excluding, we're making sure we got a nav light on, which basically means we have power. You have them on at night time, definitely. So other aircraft can know what orientation you're pointing. Beacon light is the red flashing light or anti-collision light. The engine's on, don't stand near the aircraft, you're going to get sucked in. And the strobe light just means, like, I'm flying, I'm on the runway, I want to fly, watch out, I'm going fast, sort of warning light. So those stay on for the whole flight. What I'm doing here, by the way, I'm just lining up the heading bug with the pointing direction. The pointing direction, yes, of the aircraft. Apparently, it's a thing that Boeing pilots do / taught, because if LNAV were to kick out, I don't know how to simulate that actually, but if it were to, the aircraft I think resides into heading select, which if you make sure it's constantly where you're pointing, your aircraft's not going to do a 180, for example. That's past flight level 13,000 feet. Boom. Actually, how soon does it moan? If it's entered incorrectly, that is. I don't know if I can change it now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there you go. It knows you passed transition altitude. Make sure you set standard pressure. If you look at the FMC here, I just clicked over to the progress page, which is like an overall sort of look at the flight. So it's saying we're going to arrive in Manila at 20 past 6 Zulu time, which for me in the UK is 20 past 7, which is about 8 hours. 8 hours, 20 minutes flight time pretty much. Matches up what Simbu said. and 8 tons of fuel on arrival at the moment is what it's saying. And we do have wind data inputted from SimBrief, which, if you remember, if I go to init-ref perf, we put in final reserve, no, not final, just reserve fuel as 5.8. So at the moment, we are good on fuel, in the fact that if we do need to divert, we still have, at the moment, calculating, we still have fuel to go to our alternate and just that other final reserve fuel for whatever reason. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't look too bad, does it? I am a bit of a P3D geek, or fanboy, let's say, but I'm getting used to Microsoft Flight Sim. A really big pet peeve is not having chase plane, and it just throws me off. I love looking everywhere and seeing the views and anything like that, and not being able to have that freedom that chase plane gave me. Really, yeah, and the outside view is like the old P3D spot view. You can't move around unless you're in Showcase. Okay. Oh, that gave me a heart attack. Unless you're in Showcase like this. I don't know if you can actually use the flight controls in Showcase mode unless you change a certain setting or something. But you can get some nice angles for Showcase. As you can see, look at that wing flex. That is beautiful. But like I said, it's not like chase plane, and I really want it to happen. But apparently Microsoft Flight Sim has some limitations. That Parallel 42 cannot make chase plane, which sucks. But what I am using from Parallel 42 is this little flow thing. I don't know if you've recognized it for me using it today. It basically gets rid of the little setting bar at the top. It was really annoying because it used to have the little arrow. This makes it feel more sim-like than game-like, and it's nicer sort of UI. And it's free. This is the free version, and you can get GSX on there. You can change the weather and the camera, mass and balance, ATC if you use that. Yeah, it's pretty good, and you've got multiple pages. I like flow. It's good. Alright, seatbelt signs to auto. This is the boring part of the flight that long-haul pilots get paid for. And I will just skip ahead and join back during the descent, maybe before the descent, I'm not sure. And we'll land into Manila. I hope I'm not blabbering on too much as well and making the video boring. I haven't done this in a while. Don't know how many people actually like watching my videos, to be honest. But yeah, I'll see you soon. Hello, welcome back to the flight. We're about 8 hours into the flight and we're approaching top descent. I say we, it's just been my lonely self here. And I thought, let's plan the approach arrival together, get some checklists done, yeah, just plan some stuff before the descent commences. It's been a nice smooth flight. Like, honestly, I have just been sat here around and haven't had any bad weather or turbulence. Not that I could see it anyway, because I don't think the weather radar works. You can see top descent before any arrivals. It's 40 miles away, so I kind of actually want to plan something. So what I want to do is get the weather here, and the wind is 110 at 3 knots. If we look at the runways at Manila, we've got 13, 31, 24 and 06. The runway we want to use is 0624, and with the winds, 06 is best. So arrivals, 74 arrivals available. Wow. Okay, yeah, there's a lot. Coming from Luban, so we want at least one of these 5. And I've been looking at it before, and I think it was either 3 Romeo or 5 Romeo. Oh yeah, so 5 Romeo. Now, I don't want to do this long shebang here. What I'm actually going to do is Luban, Gondo, ILS. That is my plan. And maybe a hold if I've planned this too late. But yeah, so I'm just going to skip everything, but I'm going to steal the star to get these 2 waypoints. Like I said earlier, I am ATC. I can make myself go straight in. So add that to route, and then the approach, we can then select. Oh, it's saying half. But I'm going to do a final dock set. Oh, interesting. Dock set's near Gondo. But what I'm going to do, final, so Gondo direct to the final. And that will give me like a somewhat extended center line, which I can capture the localizer on as well. So with that planned, we'll put it into here. So departure arrival at Manila. So ILS 06, no transition, but taking the low band 5 ribbon, and then execute that. Then, as I said, Gondo direct from Luban, so put that in there, and then Gondo direct to the ILS. That will just give us a direct way in to the airport. And I've timed that pretty well, because top of descent is in 10 miles. So let's just get this to 20,000 feet for now. And it will start descending very soon. Sweet. So if I go on to plan, and then zoom in a little bit, to the next page, we've got Luban, we've got restriction, which is shown on the chart. So above 160, maximum speed is 250. Then Gondo, which its restriction from the chart is 5,000 feet or above, but max speed of 210. So hopefully 8 miles to get to 3,000, and then 7 miles to get to 1,700 is doable, but we're already at a slow speed. The speed rate can come out if required. And then down to the runway 06. So really simple ILS, straight on approach, we are going to give ourselves today. If I look at the airport chart, where Emirates Park is Terminal 3, so we've actually given ourselves quite, well, we haven't given ourselves, God has, with wonderful weather. Depending on where we vacate, either Romeo 2, which is obviously a hotspot to the runway, but we're not on BATSIM, so that runway is not in use. We can either vacate Romeo 2 or Romeo 1, and then I guess take either this November taxiway or this Delta one. I think it's Delta, yeah, Delta taxiway, to a stand over at Terminal 3. While I'm here, actually, I can get the Terminal 3 parking bays and their coordinates. Any of these will do. I don't know, hopefully GSX works with that. You can even see what aircraft can park each stand, so somewhere, anywhere there, pretty much, except the ones round back. We have begun on the descent. One thing I did forget, actually, before descent started, was the descent checklist, but it's okay. Recall, we can check that. I don't think anything came up in flight. That's fine. Notes, we checked all our notes, and auto brake, and then landing data. It's just, I guess we can work that out now. So, if I go performance tool, this will give us landing en route. Runway ID is 06. It's given us a runway length of 11873, but this is the thing I was talking about earlier. Yeah, look. Like, it's saying 11,800 feet, and then Navigraph is saying the whole runway is shorter than that. But what we do, if we go here, in this chart, I might be wrong on this. What I take from Navigraph to find out the landing distance, so runway 06 is the top one. And then if we're landing like I don't know what landing beyond exactly means, but these are the usable lengths of landing. Either threshold or glide slope. I've been taking glide slope because I'm assuming that means touchdown zone, and threshold means in the threshold, excluding any like runway extension. So I'm just going to take the 10,201, put that into here. If anyone knows if I'm wrong or correct about that, please let me know. So that is our usable runway length to land on. And then import aircraft details. That gives us a current weight, the flat config I'm going to land with. Yeah, and then reverse config. You select no credit, even though you're going to use it, or all operational if you want to guarantee using full reverse. Might be, but yeah, no credit because idle reverse is fine. And then autobrake 1 for now. No, not normal. VRF going to add 5, just based off normal wind, additive, and then calculate. Oh, well, it's saying with autobrake 1 going to be right at the end of this runway, but if we use autobrake 2, it cuts it down quite a lot. I think that will give us a good Romeo 1 exit without braking too hard that the passengers don't like what they feel. So if I do autobrake 2, config 30, and then it does give you a VREF even. Yeah, which just actually matches with this. So we're going to do landing flap 30, 137 landing speed plus 5 to get the VREF plus 5, which is 142 there. So autobrake will be 2, and then minimums, the last thing, if we go to the ILS 1006 chart here, will be 280 feet above sea level or whatever, QNH altitude, and 266 radio, but we're just going to do a Cat 1 manual landing, so I'm going to use the big bold number 280, and I will put that this side in Barrow. Yeah, I don't like this system. 290, 280, boom. Barrow's set. We could put the QNH even into standby. So 1009 is the current QNH. I can actually put that into standby, ready to go as soon as we pass transition level. Transition level today, that level 130. I can double check that with the FMCV nav page. 130, perfect. So once we pass from 130, we will. Ooh, that was a close one. Once we pass 130, we'll set the local QNH. Right. I planned everything. I'm just gonna say descend me down to 3,000 feet, and seatbelt signs at time they can go on. So I'm gonna tick off landing data, approach briefing. We talked about it, and then the next checklist is the approach checklist, which is just the outside meters. Sweet. Right, join back, and we are using speed brake to try and slow down the aircraft. We're just about to pass flight level 130. We're going to change over 1009 the QNH. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. The aircraft's like, I don't know what it's doing with the descent at the moment, but it's going up and down. Sometimes I need a speed brake, but I can see some lights. Very nice. And that calls for the checklist. So approach checklist is complete. The next checklist will be the landing checklist. These are like no tick box ones. They're based off selections. So speed brake armed, ticked, and then we need to get the landing gear down and flaps the 30 by for that checklist to complete. I'm not going to have anything else on this screen, so I might as well just leave it on there, and it's like a kind of a good thing to just have a look at it. We're going down to 3,000 feet, so this little green arc shows us that, and you can see we're going to get there just before this waypoint. So at the moment the aircraft is doing pretty well, but we do need to do lost my words, decelerate. decelerate just at these green dots. So, well, I'll take it out of armed, and probably going to have to help it with the speed brake. And I think that was, what, 210 knots? Yeah, 210 knots. We'll have to be at Fecondo. So the first one's 240. I think that's for passing 10,000 feet. That's just the standard aircraft. You might find it on VNAV here. Yeah, there you go. So descent speed 240 at 10,000. And then the next dot must be for when we pass, not pass, when it thinks we should go down to 210. Let's have a look. No, the next dot is simply a 10,000 feet. Like I've kept saying, I'm not type rated, I don't know. Nothing. Right, let's light up the sky with the lights, and we'll keep going down. There must not be a green dot then for another speed restriction then, I guess. It will do it when it wants to. So no speed brake required as of now. I can't remember like the best times to bring out flaps in this aircraft, so I apologise if it'll be too late or too early. I think around 5,000 feet, so prior to turning to gone, I might actually, yeah, bring out flap 1, flap 5 even, as the aircraft wants to go to 210 knots. I think is kind of a good idea. And then I need to set flap 15 before gear down, and the gear cannot come down. No, correction. We cannot go past flap 15 until the gear has come down. Ah, sweet. Cabin is ready. That's good. So straight to flap 5, then 15, gear down, flap 20, and flap 30. I think that'll be a logical way of doing it. It's just when, I have no idea. Oh, we're in hold thrust mode, which means I have control of the throttle. Even though the throttle's on, it's really weird. It's as if it's in a, even though it's on VNAV path, it's as if it's in a flight level change scenario. It's weird. When is it going to go? We've got 5 miles to run, and it doesn't want to slow down yet. I'm going to preemptively get some speed brake. Ah, 210. So, as I said, I'm going to set that as a flap 5, because we're getting slower. We want to get that stall speed away from us. And that will help improve drag. Let's have a little cheeky wing view. Can we see anything? The answer to that is no. Oh, that was a back. Let's get the engine. Haha. I don't even know my wing view numbers. Sweet. Oh, speed brake's extended. The aircraft's now annoyed. Let's arm that speed brake. Ah, because we're lining up the runway. Don't see the dots just yet though. The localizer, sorry. Because we are quite far out. If I pre-arm, I guess I can go straight to approach, really. Actually, that's kind of sketchy. Let's do localizer only. It depends if we... There's an ATPL thing. There's like multiple glide paths. I don't know if we're too high at the moment, but... Ooh, I think I see a runway. I see a runway. I was worried about the lights not working. But it works. Ah, localizer. Very nice. There's no glide path yet though. We are 19 miles away from the airport, so I wouldn't expect it to show yet. The missed approach altitude, well, the initial one will be 4,000 feet. So once I have the glide path, I'll set the MCP to 4,000 feet. Oh, this lighting is very nice. Alright, let's see if I get my views correct. Let's go this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I might have to bring this down 2,000 feet. I don't know when the glide slope even show itself. We are now 15 miles from the runway. Aha, glide path. Bang on it. Approach. Right, we're on glide slope. Which now means we have speed control. because there's no VNav. It's not getting anything from the FMC anymore. So passing this, you can set for speed 170. I'll do that now, and that will be my indication to set flat 15. Not sure if that's right or wrong, but I'll do it. And gear down. Actually, gear down is way too early. But we're not decelerating too fast. It's gonna be a nice long slow approach, people. Let's do this. 190. Yeah, that'll be good. And then, like I said, we had the glide slope, so I'm going to set 4,000 feet. I'm going to check landing lights are on, seatbelt signs are on, all the lights and everything's set correctly up there. So overhead, I don't have to stress about. Auto brake 2 is set. Just doing some checks. Cool. It's past 10 miles. I'm going to get the aircraft down to 170 now. In fact, can I see the gear? Oh yeah, just about. Very nice. Very nice.
2,500.
That's the radio altimeter. Altimeter. It's a radio height above whatever it reads on the ground. So let's refresh ourselves. 137 plus 5, so 142 is our final approach speed. I'm going to set that passing 6 miles. I don't know why I do that. Flap 20, 142. I thought my sim crashed. I couldn't like select anything. That scared the living crap out of me. Flap 25, flap 30. The nose will come up, but as the flap 30 comes down, it might come back down again. Got a land 3 call out here, but when I take out the autopilot, once the aircraft is all stable, it won't show that. Because I'm not doing an auto land on my first video in like 2 or 3 years or whatever it's been. Okay, landing checklist is completed. Very good, nice. I don't know why I went at all right there. 1,000. Autopilot out. Aircraft. Autothrottle will stay in all the way down. We've got a clever plane. It's focus time now. Look at the flight directors, look back up. Look at the flight directors, look back up. Well, I say flight directors, the whole PFD. Okay, we're high on the glide slope but low on the PAPI. Love it.
Plus 100.
I'll try and stay in between of the two.
Minimums.
Right, continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Touchdown. Come on, give me some reverse, please. Oh, not today. There we go. We're on the ground. Yay! slow deceleration. I see a Lufthansa tail in a hangar. That's pretty cool. Let's get my other chart up so I know where I am. I think that's manual braking, idle, throttle. I think this is the fast Romeo 1 I was talking about, so we'll take that. Oh yeah. Sensitive rudders again. And then we'll take a direct left. Charlie 2, it looks like. Yep. Gotta take into account this long turn radius. Let's turn off our landing lights. Taxi light on. Getting a bit of stutters. Probably everything just loading in. VRAM maxing out. Weather radar, definitely get that off, even though it doesn't actually work. Alright. Let's clear up. Speed brake, speed brake is in. So flaps up. Auto brake off. Strobe light off. T-gas. Set all the way to standby. Right on November. Take a right on November. Let's get some speed back up. So looking for a sign that says November. And then I'm just going to pick a random stand, 110, let's say. So if I get GSX up and then say, I think it's ramp. I think my number's, nope. GSX Pro is outdated. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't updated it during my flight. Okay, it's not ramp. Maybe look for a November sign as well. That's a hold short. I've gone right past November. I'm going on a runway. GSX, you distracted me. Oh, this is so embarrassing. The taxiway was closed. The taxiway was closed. The little Delta 5 bit there, and November 7. It was closed. Oh, APU. That's yeah, I'm getting way too... I think what I can also do with GSX is I can just park up and then it knows where I am and then gets everything ready. So I can do it that way. Alright, let's take this left. Yeah, this bit on the right, that was closed. That's why we had to make that big U-turn. Okay. Yeah, so I think with GSX you can just park up and then it knows where you are, but I don't know what... Maybe it's parking. Ah, this could be it. Yeah, they got jetways on them. Oh, went right past it. 110, too small. No, it's not. Oh, I don't know. That isn't an airline, I don't think. Philippine Air Ground Service? I don't know what that stands for. Look down here, AP's running. So we can shut down the engine as soon as we get to stand. Flight doors can go off because that's a complete mess in the PFD. And yeah, we'll just look for that stand. We've got nice things overhead. We can see where GSX is loaded in as well, so it'll be easy to locate this stand. Alright, we're coming up. That's 109. We've got a long aircraft, so it's a complete guess on how far you turn or how far out you until you can make that turn. It's like maybe there. Oh, I'm going way too fast. Let's bring that down. Just slam the passengers into the seat ahead. I have to turn down. I'm gonna have to turn down the sensitivity on both the brakes and the rudder pedal. It's insane. Yeah, we're gonna be a bit askew here. Let's just straighten up. Put some power in again. It's still going to be a bit off. Let's fix this up a bit. Maybe a bit of an overcorrection maybe, but we'll take it. Let's follow the marshaller. Let's follow them in. Trying to ride the brakes, but the aircraft just keeps moving. Sometimes I don't trust GSX. I'm going to be kind of worried in a bit. Oh come on, please put your arms up. Wait, let me take it outside. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am a beast. I got it bang on. Park and brake on. Poo you, GSX. Right, engines. Good night. I forgot to stop the flight time, by the way. Volante will tell me. Seatbelt signs. And then the cabin crew can disarm all doors. I can tell GSX to deboard. And then
The boarding requested.
turn off the beacon light. I parked a bit too short. I don't think I did. But if you're saying this doesn't accept 777, then maybe you're right. Ground connections, set shocks. And then we've got a jetway ground power request. And then door management, open the cargo door. Did it bring over the jetway? Oh, the lag. I love it. Yeah, I did. Sweet. Open. Entry 2 left.
The boarding starting.
And we're on the chalk, so that timer can stop. So our total pay, you could say, 8 hours 45. Amazing! Amazing. Right, let's have a look at that little U-turn we did on Volante. Oh, come on. Bring me around. Bring me around. Oh, the lag. Yeah, so Golf 2 and Echo 2 on this was closed. Completely missed it. What's the landing rate? -153, and basically a very smooth landing. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright. I think in terms of shutting down, let's get the ground power, the APU can go off, the hydraulics can go off, the fuel pumps can go off, and then nav and logo will stay on. And if we're just doing a full shutdown, let's say, so ADIU is off, and my 6 lights off. I'll keep the battery and everything on for now. And there we are. Welcome to Manila, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any tips, tricks about MSFS, or if you want to see more videos, let me know in the comments. It was kind of nice doing a video again. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And until next time, safe flights, I guess.